We had some pretty big breaking news late in the day, and I managed to put together a video for it, and I'm sure that everybody's going to want to hear about it. This was a very interesting thing because Jason Schreier from Bloomberg actually had this to talk about, and he doesn't really get things wrong very often. So whether or not you like the guy or not, it's one of the things that I felt like was definitely needed to cover because, like I said, we don't get this kind of information all the time, and it's nice to see, everybody sort of talk about what's going on around the gaming industry, especially around PlayStation. They've been so active recently. Obviously, everybody is kind of wanting to know what their next move is, and now we kind of have an idea about exactly what their next move is, and I think it sounds very interesting, and we're gonna be able to kind of do everything and talk about this and find out maybe where Sony's head's at and what the future can hold for the PlayStation. Let's get into it. What's up, everybody? I'm Crap Gamer, and of course, this is Crap Gamer Reviews, your home for gaming news, opinions, reviews, and much more. You'll probably notice a few changes around here, but that shouldn't stop you from giving us a like and possibly even consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for spending some of your free time with me today checking out one of my videos, and if you do check out the videos, please leave us a like as it helps the channel to grow and helps the videos to be seen. So yes, thank you guys very much. You guys have been amazing as we continue to change things up and kind of do things a little bit differently. But I wanted to talk about this because it was some breaking news and I felt like it was very interesting news as well. Sony Group is preparing to introduce a new video game subscription service for PlayStation as early as next week, according to people familiar with the plans. The service, which has actually been in development under the codename Spartacus, is Sony's answer to Microsoft's Xbox Game Pass, a sort of Netflix for video games that has amassed more than 25 million subscribers. Sony's will debut with a splashy lineup of hit games from recent years. According to people who requested to remain anonymous, this is something that they're actually going to do. They want to keep their plans private. Sony's new service will combine two of its current offerings, PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus, and customers will be able to choose from multiple tiers offering catalogs of modern games and classics from older PlayStation eras. Documents obtained by Bloomberg last year showed the most expensive tier will also give players access to extended demos and the ability to stream games over the internet. A spokesperson for Sony didn't immediately respond for a request. Now, PlayStation consoles have indeed outsold Xboxes in recent years, but Sony lags behind Microsoft's efforts in streaming market. Xbox Game Pass offers hundreds of games for $10 a month. One of Xbox Game Pass's biggest selling points is that subscribers get access to many titles on the same day that they go on sales in stores for $60 or $70 each. That includes this year's much anticipated Microsoft exclusive Starfield. Sony will likely be at a disadvantage there. The new service is not expected to feature its biggest titles on the day they come out. The upcoming God of War Ragnarok, for example, is unlikely to be offered on the streaming platform right away, said one of the people familiar with the plan. So that's going to be something that is going to be a bit of a thing that's going to kind of, I guess, I don't want to say bite them in the butt, but it's something that, realistically gives Xbox a huge advantage. And who knows exactly when something is going to change with that, or if anything will ever change from that. Spartacus is going to be revealed, like they say, as early as next week, and they're going to be combining some of the things as well. The service, which has been in development for Spartacus, is going to be Sony's answer. It's going to combine two of the offerings, and it looks like, for me personally, and I've said this for a long time, if they want to go down the route of not having a, not really having a, like the way that Sony does, backwards compatibility is different than Microsoft. If it's just streaming, then there's not much of a difference between PlayStation Now and what they're offering here. So I do hope that we see something, and I hope that it blows people away. Like, I'm not above getting something like this. I realize that, Game Pass is a great subscription offer. I would love to see this be a very competitive subscription offer. I just hope that that's the case. The main thing that kind of worries me is the fact that, again, Microsoft is seemingly betting everything on this, and Sony isn't. I mean, if they're wanting to, like, demos, is that going to... I mean, some people do like demos, and I get that, but there's also the prospect of clearly... we're in a kind of situation where people want a little bit more than just that. EA Access, for example, has demos, and it's not like a huge service where people are just like kind of fawning all over themselves to get it. And I think that's probably where Sony is going to have the most ground to make up, because Game Pass is obviously looked at as a huge place where people get like a lot of first day content and stuff like that. So hopefully that continues to be the case. Hopefully Sony goes out of their way to do something, something that happens along the lines. And this is going to be a big deal. Obviously they're going to be going about things differently, but it is still kind of interesting that they're saying, oh, well, this is going to be their answer to Game Pass, but it doesn't directly answer, it's not directly an answer to Game Pass. So I think that's going to be a bit of the kind of issue there. So, we're in for a very, very, very interesting time, and I think things are changing all the time. Like for me personally, I would have thought that quite possibly that Game Pass was, and the subscription service were really kind of taking over the industry. But to be honest with you, when I found out that realistically we're seeing a situation where Game Pass is, and all the subscription services combined are only taking up 4% of the entire industry. That's everything, mind you, all subscription services. You start to sort of realize that things are maybe not as cut and dry as you would think. And obviously, when it comes down to it, and when we see things like that, I think that it really goes to show that it's basically a situation where gamers are going to be maybe a little bit stubborn when it comes to adopting a new way to get games and to play games and to buy games and access games and things like that. Even though I think Game Pass and these types of things are good options, you have to wonder if there's ever going to be a situation where that's the norm. Like, I know that's what Microsoft is pushing, but I think that the way that Sony's doing it and the fact that they're still so successful with it says a lot about what's going on in the industry right now. So, we'll have to kind of wait and see how that plays out. I would love to see, options continue to be the thing, and I would love to see, a future where we always continue to have the options for like hardware and things like that. So I think we will. And I think that we're going to continue to see amazing games and amazing all kinds of everything. I think it really just kind of comes down to, where the industry goes and what people allow and what people want to allow. Like, it all comes down to what we want, folks. I know a lot of people are kind of weird on that and don't realize that, but honestly, it really kind of comes down to what we as fans will accept. If we want it to happen, it'll happen. If we don't want it to happen, it won't happen. It's pretty much that simple, realistically. So, with that being said, I will link this. You guys can check it out. What do you guys feel about this competitor in Game Pass? Thanks for watching. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up, crap gamer out.